So you may wonder why materials have advanced so much in the last 100 years, and it's really two primary drivers. One is the Industrial Revolution, which has made accessible fossil fuels essentially for energy that can help process materials and also be the source of synthetic materials. So essentially synthetic polymers are made from byproducts of the fossil fuels. And the other piece is our ability to process or synthesize materials has really grown in the last 100 years. And so a principle that we often talk about in materials engineering is the relationship between a material's performance, its structure, and processing and properties. And we often represent that with a tetrahedron. This is meant to be a sort of 3D figure here. So this would be processing here, which essentially means the creation, maybe heat treating, or the chemical synthesis of a material such as a polymer. So processing / synthesis. Over here, the structure of a material, and then the properties of a material. So what this tetrahedron represents is that there is a relationship between a material's performance, its processing, which is also linked to its properties and its structure. And so another way that we can say that is that imagine that there's a sort of a invisible line kind of going back behind the tetrahedron here, that the performance depends on these three aspects of the material: the processing, the properties, and the structure, all which are related to one another. So the properties are, let's see if I can write this, these are linked to the structure, and the processing is also determines, the processing determines the properties as well as the structure. So as a materials engineer, what we often do is we try to understand the relationship between a material's structure and the processing. What is the material science that allows us to change the structure through the processing, and which in turn also changes the properties. And this is really the gist of what materials engineering is understanding the base of this tetrahedron well enough so that we can get the performance from the material that we desire.